trains to Newcastle.
The ability to travel from the central business district of one major city to the CBD of another is the Holy Grail of Intercity rail. It's the gold standard. It's what governments around the world aspire to, and between Sydney and Newcastle, we've already got it.
The trip takes a bit more than 2.5 hours, and it's got to be one of the world's most spectacular short intercity journeys.
The Intercity terminates at historic Newcastle Station. It's a magic setting, surrounded by parkland, with views across the harbour and down to Nobby's Lighthouse at the mouth of the Hunter River. And it connects the trains to buses, regional coaches, and even the harbour ferry. Fun Day Sunday tickets and Opal Card free bonus trips allow Sydney-siders to come right into the historic core of Newcastle for a song. The station is right at the heart of the wonderfully atmospheric CBD. Its streets lined with fine historic buildings. Why would any government want to rip up the tracks and destroy this priceless advantage? To get a feeling for the madness, you have to go 2 stations back down the line. Here at Wickham, in the middle of nowhere, 2.5 kilometres west of Newcastle Station and the CBD, Premier Mike Baird and Transport Minister Baird plan to terminate the intercity trains and force travellers onto a proposed light rail service. Forever after, Intercity and Hunter Valley travellers, with their kids, their luggage, surfboards, bikes and prams, will have to interchange at Wickham to go the final 2.5 kilometres to the CBD, the waterfront restaurants and the beach. And it seems Newcastle's much-loved fare-free bus zones will be lost. It's a plan motivated by the greed of their friends, the developers, who want to get their hands on the railway land in order to add it to this narrow strip of land between the railway itself and the port in order to put up high-rise developments. Why all this ruction over such a narrow corridor? Well, it's the only land in the Newcastle CBD where they can build high-rise because it's believed to be the only remaining land that isn't undermined by old coal mines. Essentially, the Baird government has sold the Port of Newcastle and they're using 460 million of the proceeds to build an expensive second-rate transport solution so they can gift this land to their developer mates. For 20 years, Newcastle's Save Our Rail group has been fighting against the developers' campaign to grab the rail corridor. EcoTransit has been Sydney's great community light rail champion, but we reckon that discarding the priceless advantage of heavy rail right into Newcastle CBD is sheer folly and a great waste of public money. Replacing it with light rail just doesn't stack up. There's a strong case for light rail elsewhere in Newcastle, but not here. It's yet another example of the developer agenda corrupting urban planning. Thanks to the direct service right into the city's historic core, I've had a great day in Newcastle. One day, in the not too distant future, there ought to be much faster rail services to Newcastle, cutting journey time to under 2 hours. Now that would be a huge boost to the city's economy. They can do it in Europe. Why not here?